Chad, just bear with me. I'm gonna try to do a chronological recap of the entirety of this game when this is over, including a review.
Dead?
Poor thing was never truly alive. Not in this world, at least.
Oh, what?
The decommissioning order finally came through. Can't risk necrosis. The body can't stay here. I thought you might want to take care of it. You could try taking Lou out of the pod just to see what happens. But that would be in direct contravention of an executive order. And there are laws about that kind of thing, now that we're a nation.
Is my last mission going to be to incinerate Lou?
I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
That's... okay.
But if the alternative is defying the president, I can't do that either. Not me.
All right.
I'm not gonna quit, Kay!
I'll go to the incinerator.
Yep, I knew it. Yeah, when the game's over, I'm going to recap. Game's not over.
Before you leave, I'd like to check something quickly. I just took your cufflinks offline. In that state, there'd be nothing to stop you from removing them. If you did, the UCA wouldn't know where you were or how to find you. You'd be invisible. When you use the incinerator, you'll be reconnected to the network automatically. I trust you'll remember what I said.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, I gave him a hug.
Thanks for everything. How's the weather?
Don't think you'll be needing an umbrella. I decided to follow my father's dream after all. Don't worry. I won't get mixed up with any terrorists this time. UCA's got my back. We're the first private delivery company to get the official approval.
Sounds like you're moving up in the world. Congratulations.
Thanks. Wait. There's something I have to tell you. I didn't shoot Higgs. Couldn't pull the trigger. So I let him choose. Death or eternal solitude on the beach.
Fair enough. You never did like breaking things.
That's right. I find and fix what's broken. And reconnect.
Goblin, her umbrella is her connection to the beach.
I'm fragile.
But not that fragile.
Wanna come work for me? Could use a man like you.
The world's still broken. Same as before.
What isn't? But we're still here. We're still chugging along.
Not everyone. Not me.
Come on. You put America back together, didn't you?
Doesn't mean there's a place for me. I've got no ties to anyone or anything.
Okay, well, that's
I
just...
might as well be dead. I felt like that when we first met in the cave. I still do.
Don't act like you're the same person. You've learned how to touch, to feel. You've connected with people. With us.
Fragile's into
Everything I
you,
touch,
you idiot.
I lose.
Enjoy that pizza gum.
Sam!
Sam's a big dingus.
Come on, Lou. One last delivery.
Deliver BB to the incinerator. BB's theme. We got a special BB song. Yeah, luckily this BB's nothing like your cat, Acid.
I'll stay with you by your side. Close your tired eyes. I'll wait, and soon I'll see your smile in a dream, and I won't wake before you.
Look at all these pathways that weren't here before.
And I still hear your heart. Adorned, we're bound to watch that starlight eons without you. I'll stay with you in your
That'd be really cool if I could have slid under that. Goblin, there's never a moment too inappropriate to give me money. Thank you.
All right. I guess we're here.
For the record, though, I actually have alerts turned off.
Still with me,
Well, the
though?
sound's turned off.
Poor thing was never truly alive. Not in this world, at least.
Well, thanks for everything.
This child's special. One of a kind.
A baby candidate.
Either that, or
A sacrifice.
a foundation. A bridge.
Brought you an astronaut. Mankind can go anywhere, even outer space. You'll be out of there in no time. And the second all this is over, I'm gonna take you wherever you wanna go. Can I help you? Holy shit. John, is that you?
Captain, what are you doing here?
My wife's checked in. They don't want a repeat of last year.
The Void out. In Manhattan.
Hey, all the Raiders from Chillwell. Welcome in. It's the very end of Death Stranding. If you don't want spoilers, thank you for stopping by, but I would head on out.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were the husband.
This isn't what we agreed on. You said you'd do everything in your power to save BB.
We are. But we cannot release your son just yet. Believe me when I tell you it's for the best.
This is a woman in a mask who's done nothing but lie to me.
I have a duty to protect our country. Lies are an unfortunate necessity.
Hey, once again, everyone, welcome from Chill Will Stream. Hope you're all doing
President
well. This is
gave
the
me the
very
highest level
end of
access
Death
privileges.
Stranding, so if you don't want
I've
spoilers,
used them to manipulate the security system.
appreciate you stopping by, but I will see you
We
later.
have 5 minutes.
No hard feelings.
Before it resets, sir. 5 minutes to talk. Off the record. Take BB and get out of this place. There's nothing I can do for your wife. I'm sorry. You were my commanding officer, but I swore an oath to the president to protect her and the country at all costs. Now, if she orders me to do something, I have to do it. I have to. But I served under you first. And your family doesn't deserve this. Any of this.
Why are you helping me? If they catch you.
Because you saved my life, sir. Again and again. When the brass sent us into the jaws of hell, it was you that brought us home. Back then, I thought I was invincible. I thought I was some kind of action hero. But I'm not the hero. You are, sir. You're the reason I'm still alive. And it's past time I paid that debt. They're moving your son to a new facility tomorrow. You'll never see him again. He'll serve as the foundation of a new communications network. A sacrifice for a nation that no longer exists. I wrote down everything you need to know. It was the only way to keep it off the system. Burn it when you're done. The rest is up to you, sir. I believe this belongs to you, sir. Now, I can't terminate your wife's life support from inside her room.
It's his gun.
System won't allow it. So, this is the only other option.
What, is he gonna ask him to shoot his wife?
An alarm is set to go off if she flatlines. I've rigged the system to spoof her vitals. But you won't have long. 5 minutes, tops. Don't hesitate, sir. This is the only chance you'll get.
So he's gonna shoot his wife.
I'm sorry, Lisa. Don't worry. I'll take care of him. I promise you. I promise you. My animal, Lisa. I'm sorry.
I still don't think that this BB is that BB. Personally. Well, I mean, yeah, they apply it's BB's memories, but every once in a while they show Sam's face instead of BB's, and then they show a memory.
I just took your cufflinks offline. In that state, there'd be nothing to stop you from removing them. If you did, the UCA wouldn't know where you were or how to find you. You'd be invisible. When you use the incinerator, you'll be reconnected to the network automatically. You could try taking Lou out of the pod just to see what happens. But that would be in direct contravention of an executive order.
Couldn't do it.
A purpose that cannot fulfill outside the pod. There is a 70% risk of catastrophic failure simply in removing it.
Am I playing this? What? Oh, I can leave. Doors are sealed. Good job, Die Hardman.
Hey, put it down! Drop it! Put it down!
Back off.
Back off!
Stand down.
Get up!
Oh, So John didn't shoot him.
Oh, God.
But he said he did, but he didn't. He's been walking around with this guilt, but he didn't actually do anything.
I'm sorry, Captain. Don't! You got it! You two! Stay there! And hold your fire!
Thanks for trying, John.
Stop!
Step aside, sir, or we'll be forced to open fire.
It's a dead end. He's trapped. Security will take it from here.
This is crazy. I mean, we've seen all of these cutscenes already, but now we're seeing them in order.
I'm sorry, Lisa. I screwed it up. I've ruined everything.
This room is off limits. No one goes over. In there, sir. I saw him. You saw them all. Now check the other way. Go! Yes, sir.
No, open it up, he's inside.
Oh.
Move, dumbass.
BB. Don't worry. It's okay. I'll always be with you. See the sunset, the day is ending. Let that yawn out, there's no pretending. I will hold you and protect you. So let love warm you till the found out I was gonna be a father, I was so scared. Scared of what it would mean. I had to be there for you and your mom, no matter what. I couldn't just go off and get myself killed anymore. Couldn't leave you all alone. I couldn't.
Get off of him! Now!
I had it all wrong. All wrong. Being a father didn't make me scared. It made me brave. I'm sorry. Sorry it took me so long.
Captain, look at you.
Don't make the same mistake. Be yourself. Be free.
Oh my God.
Captain, I need you to hand it over.
Shoot him, John.
Let it go. Please.
Shoot him! I gave you an order. Shoot him!
You told me your name was Sam Porter. But you're Sam Bridges. My son. My bridge to the future. Without you, I was just like any other Cliff. A dead end. No way forward. Nothing but an obstacle. Looking on at the world people like you were trying to build. Dividing people was the only thing I was ever good at.
We called the chat. We called it.
But not you, Sam. You bring people together. You're their bridge to the future. And mine. Come on, Sam. Stand up.
Is this me?
It does, Acid, yes.
Oh, God. Not BB2.
No, 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 no!
But I'm a repatriate. I come back.
Sam. There you are.
That's when I first met Amelie. On her beach. And because we died at the same time, they could see each other on the same beach. But he has to keep going, just like Hartman's family did.
You want to go home? Let's go home. It's okay. I know the way. There you are. Welcome back.
You understand his days as a BB are over, now that his connection to the other side has been severed.
It was me who cut the cord. So yes.
A deathless repatriate in the world of the living. Should we decommission it?
In a manner of speaking. Take him out of the pod. I'll raise him as my own.
Come on, Lou. Wake up. Come on, Lou, wake up. Come on, Lou. Come on, baby. Come on, Lou, wake up. Wake up. Come on. Wake up! Wake up. Lou.
Go little BT babies. Maggie, how are you? Going good. Very end of Death Stranding. Yeah, Kay's right. Oh, God. Alright, these are the actual credits.
Every time we touch it,
Am I crying? I am not. I'm sorry. Wow.
worn out, worn out. I sense you like a broken window. The lack of something makes a sound. Next level trust is you.
This is an incredible game,
Next
chat.
level trust is you.
I'm gonna give a full recap of what I understand of the plot and a full review. But let's like actually like these like I'm actually gonna watch these credits, dude. Wright was in this game, chat. I don't know if I would know what he'd look like. We could have ran into it, I just wouldn't have known. I don't know what he looks like.
Since you like a broken window.
I mean, these credits are not that long. Like, the amount of people who made this game, compared to its scale, is staggering.
Next level trust issue.
I did see him. He's one of the non-holograms. Cool. Wow, he's thanking all the Sony companies. Look at that. He thanked Bend, people who made the motorcycle game, Insomniac, the people who made Spider-Man. Days Gone, that's the name of it. Of course, Guerrilla, they made Horizon Zero Dawn, and the engine they made powers this game. Iceland. You know, the game did kind of look like Iceland, didn't it? Yeah, he recorded his music at Abbey Road and at Pinewood. Kojima's a big deal, isn't he?
Make a toast to the damned, waiting for tomorrow when we're played out by the band, drowning out our sorrows. What will become of us now at the end of time? We'll be fine, you and I. Let's draw a line in the sand, keep it straight and narrow. We had it all in our hands. We begged and then we borrowed. What will become of us all at the end of love? When we stopped looking up, you can take my heart and hold it together as we fall apart.
I mean, the people that they're showing now are the people at Sony Worldwide. These aren't the people that made the game. This is the publisher people. Like, we've already been through all the people who made the game. Like, these people assisted, but like, these are the user testers. These are the B team. The marketing, the branding, the IT. Here's all the lawyers, chat.
We can say that we try, but it's never really over what will become.
Here's all the songs.
Of us all at the end of the line.
I mean, he produced this music. I mean, so he did literally build this playlist.
You can take my heart and hold it together as we fall apart. Maybe together we can make.
I mean, this is Churches, right? Like, this is, see, it says Death Stranding. Like, did they make this song specifically for the game? No, those are all the people I liked in the game.
And you can take my heart and hold it together as we fall apart. Maybe together we can make our mark in the stars. We can embark and keep us together as the lights go dark.
There's the Decima engine, chat. All right, let's see what happens. I'm curious what the end game is like. I'm curious what the end game's like.
Louise.
This is my overall grade. Oh my god. Total playtime, 37 hours, 22 minutes. We delivered 2.5 tons of cargo. Wow. Wow. I only wore out one. I took 12 tumbles. Okay? I constructed 76 structures. I restored 14 sections of road. You're welcome. I got 527 likes from BB, 3.5 star connection level. I got 53,304 total likes. silver trophy just got called Thanks for Everything. 1 song, 2 song, 3 song, 4 song, 5 song, 6 song, 7 song. Episode 15 tomorrow is in your hands. 2 weeks earlier. So they're going to take me back in time. That way I can still play the game. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Good morning, Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
Well, look who's awake. Morning, Sam. You'll be happy to hear your vitals have stabilized, and that you're well on your way to recovery. Not that it's your fault, but what I wouldn't give to trade places. We're all stuck in the president's office, working like dogs to get everything ready in time for the inauguration. But at least one of us is still free as a bird. You should head out. Make the most of it. Could even do some orders if you wanted. Might do you good to get back in the game. You may recall it was raining buckets back when you left for Amelie's Beach. We took a real beating at the time, but we've done our best to service the structures and vehicles in the area. So you know, any cargo that was stored in your private locker at a damaged facility should have been transferred to your private locker here at this distro center. Anyway, busy or not, we'll still be on the end of the line if you need us. And if you want some alone time, we should be able to manage for now. Just make sure you're back in time for the big day, all right? See you then. Hey, Sam, you sure you don't have any unfinished business?
What, you gotta go bathroom? What, you gotta go pee? Okay, that's it. So the end game is between the time where I come back from the beach and the president's inauguration. So in the story, that's where I'm at. That's really cool. Okay. So that's Death Stranding. I'm gonna guess. Let's hold on. I'm gonna go out before I give a full review. I want to see. I'm gonna go see if it's actually everything is available to me again. I'm gonna assume it is, but I want to double check.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying
chat.
ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure.
Yeah. Excuse me, chat. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can fabricate everything again.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Yep. And the world is back to the way it was. All the signs, everything's back. Okay, that's it. Awesome. Chat. That is Death Stranding. So I'm going to do a full recap, and then I'm going to give you my review. Basically, a very condensed version. At some point in the near future, the president, well, I guess the way it would happen was, I guess you would say it like this. It began. PZ, I'll see you later, man. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being top D again. I appreciate it, dude. This is the story. So, essentially, President Strand undergoes some type of surgery at some point, and when that happens, her soul and her body are separated. Her soul sets up on the beach, and for lack of a better term, Her soul is a powerful higher being that is responsible entirely for resetting the Earth, pulling an Ultron. She is an extinction entity. Her entire purpose is to shut down and reboot humanity, like they have done 5 times previously. And when that happened, they began experimenting on ways to contact the other side, especially now that the president knew for sure there was another side, having someone on the other side, a part of her body. And the bridge babies were created. The very first bridge baby was you, Sam Porter. Now, you don't find this out to the very end of the game, but chronologically, that's how it worked. Your father, Clifford, and your mother, Lisa, had you, and then at some point, your early infancy, you were discovered to be a repatriate, that you could come back to life, and so you were a bridge baby. You also had dooms, which allows you to kind of see and interact with the other side without the use of a bridge baby. Now, people have different levels of dooms. Some people can see the other side at all times. Some people can transport to the other side. Some people can summon the other side. Some people can control the other side. There's all types of levels. You, Sam, happen to just be able to sense them. And basically what happens is your father is killed because the president wants to use the bridge baby for a way that the wasn't told up front, and so the dad gets mad and tries to leave. He's killed in the process, and you are separated from your bridge baby duties, and then you were raised as a non-bridge baby, and you're raised, as far as you know, as the son of the president, with your sister, who doesn't actually exist, and your mother, the president. Then you fast forward way far in advance, and Death Stranding keeps getting worse. Your sister has been trying to spread the chiral network. The reason that they spread the chiral network is because then she can use it to reboot the world, essentially. And it's kind of hard to explain. She could use it to reboot the world. But for some reason, she can't do it herself. I think it's because the president dies. That's how I understood it. Because the physical body of the president died, and there is no physical version of Amelie, but no one knows that. She needs a physical person to go from place to place to place to reconnect the network. So that becomes you, and that's the beginning of the game. And the entire game is you going from the East Coast of the United States to the West Coast of the United States to reconnect everything back together. There's a bad guy. The bad guy's Higgs, and he is essentially he's the anti-you. So we learned that Amelie essentially invented dooms. The people who have dooms, what they're seeing is possible futures. So they have nightmares, and Sam's nightmares show the end of the world, but he wants to prevent it. And Higgs' nightmares show the end of the world, but he wants to hasten it. So he becomes a terrorist, and he starts blowing up cities and all this garbage. So he's a bad guy, and to a certain extent, your non-existent sister is responsible for that, but not really. He's still responsible for his own choices. And so eventually you defeat him, and then you start to discover the truth, that your sister is the extinction entity, that her entire purpose is to take over the world, destroy the world, so on and so forth. And you eventually tell her, hey, we don't need to do this. And so she kind of just sits back and says, okay, it's got to happen sometime. But you're right, there's no reason for us to do it now. Humanity can rebuild. If we can live with the Death Stranding, we'll live with the Death Stranding. And so that's kind of how it ends. Of course, you get your BB out of the tank. The BB is fine. Now you have a baby. His name's Luis. It's a girl. I think that was supposed to be a surprise. I thought it was a girl the whole time. I don't know if you guys know this about babies, but there is a difference between a man and a woman. A man has a thing. A woman has no thing. Baby did a flip many times. We saw no thing. Thought it was a girl. Thought that was pretty obvious. I guess that was supposed to be a big surprise. Maybe I need to give Kojima an anatomy book. I don't know. Maybe I'm not supposed to assume that digital babies have genitals. I don't think Kojima would shy away from that, so I just assumed woman. Okay? Whatever. Regardless, that is the plot of Death Stranding. There's a lot of stuff you don't understand, like what exactly the Death Stranding is or why it happened. Why is the chiral network, the stuff that makes up the chiral network, the chiralium, I think is what it's called, why does it exist? Where did it come from? There's a lot of questions like that. And the game doesn't answer them, and I don't think it's supposed to. The game very deliberately says we don't understand these things. These things appeared when the Death Stranding happened. We're trying to figure them out, and we don't know them yet, but maybe one day we will. And all the other plot holes, so to speak, all the questions, all the flip-flops, all the twists, I think they're very well explained through a lot of monologuing, but not a lot of metaphor. This game, I think I played it's probably about a 40-hour playthrough. I think it said 39 hours or something that I played. Review time. This game is two things. It is one, it is a video game where you make deliveries across a terrain that is modified and changed dynamically based on your actions and the actions of other players online. And it is one of the coolest concepts I've ever seen. We're going to get to that. The second thing it is a movie. It is, if you just took, someone could take this, trim out all the deliveries, and piece together the story, and this could be a movie. It is, and I dare say it would be a good movie. The first two acts are just filled with mystery. You start to piece it together. You start to be like, this could be. It's like all good stories, you start to facilitate your own ending and how you think the mystery will be solved and how all the strands, no pun intended, will come together to form, this big tapestry that makes sense. And masterfully, this is my first ever Kojima game. I don't know if his other games are this way, but masterfully, the final act, 2 or 3 times I flipped, this character's bad. No, wait, he's good. Oh, he is bad. No, he is good. Several characters did that for. And it never felt cheap, and I never expected it. And the only thing we really called that surprised me was, or I think that was supposed to surprise me, was that Sam, the main character, is the original BB. And I don't know if that was supposed to be a super surprise. They did a lot of alluding to it, and it started to make sense the more you played the game. If you were paying attention, a lot of stuff started to fall into place. And they did I have to give, I guess, Kojima props, because they also did in this game what I think a lot of these mystery games don't do. So many games I'll play where there's some mystery and your main character is asking incessant questions. Like, are you an idiot? Clearly, this is what's happening. And your main character is always the dumbest person in a room. And in this game, your character's mostly silent, which makes it that much more engaging. But instead of it being like a Zelda game where you're noticeably silent, in this game, you feel like your silence is necessary. And that also increases, I think, the narrative. It lets me figure it out without feeling like I'm in a video game. Really well done. So that's the two things this video game is. It is a movie that you can watch and just for the story, and it is also a video game that you can play with really no care for what the story is whatsoever. It's It's a platformer. It's a puzzle traversal type game that's got item management, crafting. It's got vehicles. It's got things you can build. It is fully and totally realized. It also feels, which is something you don't really get a lot nowadays, the game feels finished. No bugs, no crashes. It is beautiful. The music is great. The gameplay is great. It is a finished video game. I don't know the last time I played a game where I was like, they'll patch this in later. They'll fix this later. You know? Like, it's a finished video game. I gotta tell you, chat, like El Papa's saying like an 8 out of 10. Honestly, I've been thinking about this because I've only ever played one game on stream that I gave a 10 out of 10 to, and that was The Witcher 3, which is my favorite game of all time. And I was thinking, does this game deserve a 10 out of 10? And I'm just trying to think, what didn't I like about it? Like, the closest game I played was this time last year, Red Dead Redemption 2. And I gave it a 9.5. And the reason I gave it a 9.5 is because I did not like how the quests or the missions that you did, 60% of the time they would turn into this massive gunfight where it's you and your 4 gang members shooting 40 people. And you did that 100 times in the game. It kept it from perfection. And I was trying to think, what is the thing in this game that's like that? And I can't think of anything. This game, to me, I think this will be the very first brand new game I've ever played on stream that is a 10 out of 10 for me. This is so far my game of the year. It is a 10 out of 10. There is nothing about this game I don't like, and everything that it does perfectly. There's nothing about it that seems unnecessary, and I gotta tell you, there are parts of this game that I feel I played it in a way that someone with a differing play style could play it. I played it in your face, shoot everybody. I loaded 10 bodies up into a truck and took them to the incinerator, okay? You could play this entire game with stealth, with stun grenades, with rope guns. There's a million different ways to play it. And the world is dynamic. You could go back and replay it. I also got to say, the acting in this game is stupid. Like, I don't know how they roped Mads Mikkelsen into this and how they roped Léa Seydoux into this. Troy Baker makes sense. That man has never seen a video game he said no to. And, like, Norman Reedus makes sense. Him and Kojima are bros. But, like, that last, I mean, what was it? 2 hours? 2.5 hours that we were just watching TV together. That was Oscar-worthy performances from Mads Mikkelsen, in my opinion. Incredible. The man deserves recognition for that, and sadly, I don't think he's going to get it because it's at the very end of the game. Like, he's so great, dude. Will I ever replay it? I'll tell you what, Zor. If I owned this game, I'd play it in my free time. This game, I would absolutely play this game in my free time, make all the deliveries, try to 100% it. Absolutely, I would. I loved it that much. And the reason I would do that, and I'll tell you why. This game does something that I hope more games steal. And this is honestly, I think, the thing, because you write this on paper, you're like, you're literally just delivering packages. Like, this is Fetch Quest the game, chat. Like, that's what it is. It's Fetch Quest the game. And that should not be fun. And the reason that it's fun is because they take all of the enhancements that people do in their game. Like, man, it'd be nice to have a generator here. I'm going to build one. Well, then they take that generator out of that person's game and they put it into your game. And then you like that. And then the more likes it gets, the more games it appears in. And then you all work together to upgrade that. And that works with bridges and generators and post boxes where you can share items and zip lines and timefall shelters that heal your items and private rooms where you can relax and drink beer. Like, that is the coolest concept ever. Like, when I turned this game off on Friday and it was an empty world, and then I turned it back on Saturday and loaded in, and not only had they built roads, they had built interstates based off items that I and other people that were playing the game contributed. Dirt paths showed up. The more people that walked in the same area, the more worn the ground got. Places that were just littered with rocks everywhere. Completely unbuilt world. Then had pathways going through them where rocks disappeared and eroded away so you could drive your motorcycle through because that's how the game was made. It's actually so cool. And that made it so, yes, you're just going from this guy to this guy and literally delivering a pizza. Like, yes, that's what you're doing. But the journey that's doing it, and going through and seeing everybody's stuff that everybody made, is such an experience. And knowing that even if, hey, I'm going to take these things with me so I can build stuff for people later and make their lives easier. Like, I think it was Monday when we had all the zip lines. And I started zip lining from a mountaintop to a mountaintop. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to build a third zip line to make it from this mountaintop over to this mountaintop. And then people like it, and I get 3,000 likes on my zip line. And I know that someone's like, God bless this man for building this zip line. And it's just so cool. No other game does that. And I love it. And that and the fact that just looting is fun. It's fun. And then you throw in the movie stuff. This game's a 10 out of 10. It is the only flaw I could possibly find in this game is that I wish they would let me listen to music anywhere I was. And that would be cool. I kind of understand why they don't. One, they probably have to pay more money if they allow that. Two, Kojima kind of sets the playlist for the entire game. So if you're listening to your own music, do they just like fade that out and fade in their music? You know? Like, kind of be cool for the end game. But I understand. That's literally, and that's such a small, little, tiny little complaint. It's not even really a complaint. I think it's supposed to be. Yeah, Sword just said it. It's meant to be that way. And, like, that's super cool. But, yeah, Death Stranding, 10 out of 10 for me. It's so far, it's my game of the year. This game, The Outer Worlds, and tomorrow, hopefully, God, knock on wood, respawns Jedi Fallen Order. This past 4 or 5 weeks of games should be incredible. So I'm loving it. Love Death Stranding. I'm drinking that Kojima Kool-Aid. So if you watch this on YouTube, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. Lots of videos every day, clearly. Look at them all. Or you can stop by and see me live over twitch.tv/zswiggs, where I'm live every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 1600 Central European. And I'd love to see you and show you my forehead. All right? So thank you for watching if you did watch this on YouTube.